Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. The new musical comedy DISENCHANTED will open at the theater at St. Clement's on December 4th, and we drop by the rehearsal room to meet the company and bring you a sneak peek.
So it's time I changed the tune. Now when he tells me to do dishes, then to that I say, you.
Did you join the company?
I've been with the show since the beginning, since the Orlando Fringe Festival back in, 2011? Yeah, it's been a long time now. So I've seen about 15 different versions of it.
So what has it been like for you watching this turn into what it's turned into?
It's a unique experience for an actor to be able to develop a character from get-go. It's unbelievable. It's out of this world for me. You know, and as a musical theater actress, to be able to be funny with a room full of kick women, it's out of this world.
Let's talk about the cast. You look like you're having the time of your lives.
That's an accurate representation. They're all really funny. They're all really loud and really funny. And I learn from them every single day. And I get a headache every single day.
Talk about the song we saw you do today.
You saw Happy Tune today, which is one of Snow White's songs, which is a little bit of a take on what it's like to be the housewife and not be respected, and how we're taking it back. How we're not gonna sit here and be your maid anymore and just take it.
But let's talk about Dennis's cleverness of this whole piece and what it means to you.
I have never seen lyrics that are this witty and fast-paced and funny, but poignant at times. I'm in awe of him every time he comes up with a new thing on the fly, and it's the smartest lyric I've ever heard.
Yeah, talk about who you play.
I play Snow White. And she is not your typical Snow White. She's an ass-kicking Snow White. And she's the ringleader. She's the original, so she's the ringleader of this merry bunch of idiots, and tries desperately to keep us on track. As the chaos is going on around us, I try desperately to keep us on message so that we can get to the end of our message before the magic spell breaks.
What are you looking forward to the most with opening in New York with this show?
Opening in New York with the show. I'm so excited for the New York crowds to see this show. I really think it's going to hit home. It's a little piece of laughter and fun with a little bit of a message and kick-ass singing, and I'm just excited to share it.
And if he wants the bathroom cleaned, well, he can eat and die. And if he doesn't shave up, he can kiss my goodbye. 'Cause always so straight out that front door. And the guy can mop his own floor. And they ain't gonna take it up no more.
Growing up, did you want to be a fairy tale princess?
Yes, with a capital Y.
Okay.
I did.
So tell me about the ones you play in this show.
I play Cinderella. I'm lucky, I just have to play one. Some people wear many hats very well. I have to just wear one, hopefully well.
So talk about the Cinderella that you play in DISENCHANTED.
Yeah, Cinderella is a magical girl. She's a little short of a full box of crayons, but you know, she sort of figures it out and finds her own way, and she's very well-meaning, and she is in it to win it. Yeah. But she's sort of the lagging behind duckling a little bit.
And talk about the cleverness of Dennis's work and the songs and his spin on the show.
Yeah, it's very clever, very witty. As a parent of a 3-year-old who's living in the princess land, I can definitely appreciate the adult looking back with a little sarcastic twist on the princess spin, but also just the real commentary on what society has expected of this whole princess movement, and what that puts on girls is when you get real down dirty, like, it's not really okay. So I sort of love that we're ripping on it.
Okay, so you're a 3-year-old. She's like, oh my God, what is mommy doing? How is she playing Cinderella? What do you tell? Is it a girl?
It's a girl.
What do you tell her?
Well, she knows, but I also had to tell her that it's a show for grown-ups, because it's not for 3-year-olds. But she did get to come to my fitting, so she got to see the dress, and she'll meet everybody and, you know, see the appropriate songs.
Okay. Talk about the costume you're wearing.
I love my costume. Vanessa's the most detailed woman. It's amazing. It's this sort of like French maidey sort of take on Cinderella. She definitely, I think, took her inspiration from the original Brothers Grimm looks and what those stories said. So we all have, you know, a dash of what you're used to seeing, iconic style, but also that sort of real history from the fairy tales. But I'm all glittery. I have lots of watches. I have literally like little bedazzled mouse earrings and mice on my thing and a clock with a little carriage, and it's wonderful. And the shoes are to die for. They should sell them at the merchandise stand. They're like 100% bedazzled.
It's nice to be bedazzled, right?
It always helps to be bedazzled.
And working with the cast.
The cast is phenomenal. We are so lucky because it's a toss-up. You put a bunch of ladies in a room and that can be too much estrogen, you never know. But we have a magical concoction of talent and personality and warmth and love, and we've already gotten to know each other pretty well, and I feel so lucky.
It's been 100-year stroll to get a Snow White with soul. Check her out! An historical princess. Now I'm painting the town, the fairy tale Jackie Brown. Watch out! She's a storybook princess. Now I've arrived on the scene, the first Nubian queen, and no getting with the frog is kind of whack. Whack, oh whack! I am that storybook princess. That's finally a girl from the hood, moved on up, she done good. Now it's Roberta ain't taking no flack. I got this.
What was today like for you?
Oh my gosh, it was exhilarating. Today was amazing, and it was great to finally hear like the live audience laugh and kiki and laugh.
Totally. All right, tell me who you play in the show.
I play the princess who kissed the frog. I've arrived.
How much fun is she to play so far?
Oh my gosh, finally, which is the name of the song. So much fun. I mean, she's very Diana Ross. I feel like, you know, her little arms and wait until you see the costume. So much fun to play. Finally.
You do it all in that number.
I do, except for doing the Beyonce step. Oops, I didn't give anything away, did I?
Beyonce, 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 Beyonce.
Let's talk about the number that we saw today.
Yeah. Oh my. Okay. So the number that you saw today was about the princess who kissed the frog finally being chosen to be a Disney princess after all of the. How long has it been? I've been waiting around all this time. Finally, I've broken new ground. Right? Holla.
And talk about what you love about the cleverness of Dennis's songs and the material.
Oh, his song. First of all, his songs are really, really catchy. My favorite song, minus my song, is Pocahontas' song. No, Mulan's song. But that's all I'm gonna say. But he's a clever writer. It's really nice to have a writer, and he does the music and the lyrics. He's very specific, and he's hysterical. He's a great writer.
And working with the girls.
Oh my goodness! Yesterday we had our first sing through because Michelle has been out of town doing other things, and it was laughter from top to bottom. It was hysterical, and everyone is very, very talented. It's an honor to work with them.
If you could sum up the best part of the experience so far with working on this show, what has it been for you?
Yesterday, that sing through was, I mean, I was so surprised, and I was completely moved, and I was filled with lots of joy at the end. Yeah.
Who's the biggest prankster in the group?
Snow White.
I think it's you.
I know.
That's finally gone black. That's finally gone black. She's so black.
You must be the trickster or the prankster in the company, are you?
Well, we're actually 6 pranksters, but I try to cut everybody up as much as possible. That is my goal, yes.
How much fun are you having working on this musical?
It's amazing. It's not just the fact that I'm having fun with the material, which is funny itself, but the women, we all just get in the room and just play. It's fantastic. It's a dream for an actor. It is a dream. Yeah.
Talk about the song that we saw you do today.
Okay, I don't want to give the big joke away, but I play Mulan in the show, and she has he's already laughing. She has a little history behind her that didn't get told in the animated movie we all know so well. And it's time for her to come to terms with that and to go ahead and bring that to the people in a beautiful way. In a beautiful way.
Let's talk about the cleverness of this musical. You know, we all had that idea that everybody lived happily ever after. They didn't.
No, and you know what? It's just like real life, you know? You don't end with your wedding day and go, and it was awesome, bye. So it's real life. It's about these women, being real characters, and having these things come in from media or from society or whatever, and having to deal with that and having to be perfect because they're a princess. And you know what? That's a problem we all have, not just princesses. Every single person, female, male, old, young, whatever, we get that. There's something we're supposed to be, and you're probably not that. So how do you deal with it?
When did you start working on this project?
I have been here since the beginning. I was in the original Orlando Fringe Festival cast where we rehearsed in a pool house at an apartment complex and had to censor all the words because kids would like walk through. So we'd have to like just make up random cleaner lyrics. So I've been here since the beginning, and being here is a dream come true. The cast is fantastic, the people are fantastic, and we can't wait to share what we've done because it's so important to us. So it's just a dream. It's awesome.
What has it been like for you watching it, 5 years ago to now?
I know, it's been crazy. You know what? I've worn everything from my own clothes to the beautiful creations that Vanessa has created, and we've gone from Dennis, the writer, at the piano to having a band. So watching it grow is wonderful, and keeping the heart of the show and the intimacy of the show at the same time has been so important to us. I'm so happy. I think we've struck the perfect balance, so I think it's ready to go. It's awesome.
If you could sum up the best part of this experience so far for you, what's it been?
The best part of the experience is knowing that I can make Michelle Knight laugh at any given point during the show. You're welcome, Michelle.
What's wrong with lesbian? I can rule kingdoms, Hillary Clinton and Diamonds, all be lesbian. Never to Lovian. And let's say goodbye to the single tired stand by there where happiness depends on getting the guy. If given a chance, I'll be the one who's wearing the pants. That's why I'm the only princess here. Without the guy.
This was hilarious. How do you feel today?
Oh, I feel amazing. This is like one of the best shows I've ever been a part of. It's so fun, and the princess aspect of it is like every girl's dream, but then when you add the layer of just, it's amazing. It's so much fun.
Talk about who you play.
I actually play 3 different characters. I play the Little Mermaid, Belle, and Rapunzel, all of whom are very different from their original characters in their own little ways, and it's so much fun to play.
Talk about the spin on these princesses in this show.
They each come from kind of a dark place. Bella's a little crazy in the fact that Disney has turned her into this princess that talks to things. So she plays on that, and Rapunzel is that German kind of S&M, loves being like hard on everyone. And the Little Mermaid, quite frankly, is unhappy with the fact that she's given up her legs, and so she takes to drinking as her therapy. So it's so much fun to play. The things that Dennis has created with these characters are like over the top, but yet so relatable. So it's so fun. Can't say it enough.
And working with your cast.
We bonded from day one. We're always in the corner like doing group hugs, and just you can't help but just get connected to these women in general. But when you're laughing on stage and the improv that happens, like we make each other crack up constantly, and our director's always like, stop laughing, you got to get through it. But it's so hard because it's so much fun, and I mean, this is a dream cast.
I know it's early on in the process. What's been the best part of this experience for you so far?
I think just bringing these groups of girls together, like all 6 of us are so different, but yet we just gel in this way that I think that even today we were able to see that. We're having so much fun, and every day we find something new. We find something that's more funny or a new little bit, and so it's like this creative process that's just allowing all of us to explore these characters, and it's just awesome.
Once upon a time, a princess from the ocean gave up everything she had for a guy she thought was cute.
was incredible. What was today like for you?
It's really exciting to finally have someone to perform for, to get an instant gratification reaction from the audience. I mean, we're laughing at each other, so we're just waiting for other people to show it to.
Yeah. You were hilarious. Talk about who you play in the show.
Well, I play Sleeping Beauty, who is a bit of extravagant no matter which level she's on. So if she's crying, she's bawling on the floor. If she's excited, she's going to be screaming and dancing her face off. So she's a bit of a bull in a china shop.
Talk about what you love about the piece.
I love that we are 6 women, 6 strong, powerful women in this princess piece, kind of showing the world like you don't have to be dainty and frail to be a woman in the world now, and that's kind of what we're showing, that princesses are people too, and that we're powerful.
Talk about the songs that you do.
I do a song called Perfect, which kind of describes that I'm perfect just the way that I am. It's a big active number that just displays my talents, I guess you would say. Yeah.
Have you seen your costume yet?
I have seen my costume, yes. It is gorgeous costume designs. It's very princess-esque with long sleeves, but my princess isn't that comfortable being in it. She'd rather be in Chucks or some Converse.
Talk about the cleverness of this musical.
I mean, really, the book and the songs are amazing. Every princess has her own song where she tells a story, whether it's about, I don't want to give away too much, but I mean, every song fits the princess, yeah, and done in a funny way.
What's been the best part of the process for you so far?
I really think I can't even pick one process. I fell in love with this 2 years ago, and so I'm really excited to join it now for its first off-Broadway run. So maybe showing it to New York is going to be my favorite.
Once upon a time, a princess pricked her finger, and after that, that princess slept an awful lot.
Once upon a time, a princess in glass slippers went to the ball so she could leave her broom behind. No matter the story, we were convinced that happily ever after meant being saved by a prince. Well, that was once upon a time.
This was hilarious. What was today like for you?
Today was a dream come true. You know, I hesitate to say it might sound corny. It's a fairy tale for me. It's a happily ever after. Just so much great energy. Been working on it for quite a few years. It was a blast.
You've had quite a journey with this piece, where it all started to today. I mean, what's that like for you?
Oh gosh, yeah, it started all the way down in Orlando, Florida. We know. And yeah, it's been about 5 years going around the country and being embraced by audiences everywhere. It's so exciting to complete or start a new journey here in New York City. I can't say enough about how important everyone who supported me to get me to that point has been. It's been terrific.
You know, these numbers are so dead on for what you've created them for each of the girls. What was the first number you wrote for the show, and what's the last number you wrote for the show?
Wow, great question. The first number I wrote for the show was Pocahontas's number. Interestingly enough, I wrote a second number for Pocahontas, and that was the last number I wrote for the show. She's kind of my bookends. Yeah. So, I wanted to do something. When I sat down, I didn't want this to be just a spoof. That was important to me. So I sat down and I wrote songs and a whole idea that was funny, but had a message behind it. And that was important to me. I grew up in a family of very, very strong women. So every time I wrote a song, I went back to my family of women and my friends of women and said, is this true? I think it's true. Is it true to you? And so they informed how this show got written. Yeah.
Incredible cast. Talk about your New York cast.
The New York cast is absolutely amazing. I mean, we have folks from Broadway, folks from national tours. They can sing the heck out of any song. They're funny as all get out. It's sort of like a Carol Burnett show with a lot of great singers. It's terrific. We're thrilled with this cast.
Sleeping Beauty was kissed by a very handsome prince and awoke from 100-year sleep. She instantly fell in love with the prince, and soon after, they were married.
And they lived happily ever after. Well, not exactly.
Oh, you're getting ready to embark on this New York journey with Disenchanted. What attracted you to the project?
I was called by one of the actresses and said, get down to Orlando now to see this show. And she said, 10 years ago, I told you to get down and see Menopause. So I thought I'd come down. So much better. Original music, cleverest music. I sat and laughed for 90 minutes straight. And you laugh 90 minutes because we know all the setup lines, so it's 90 minutes of punchlines to the story of our life as created by Disney. So it's just hysterical.
And talk about your New York cast.
Oh, well, two of the women have been from the show from the beginning. I mean, it was laid on them. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And then the New York cast members come in, and Becky, right out of Legally Blonde, Sarah Joy right off of that other show. Give it to me. I mean, they're tremendous. They're giving it a whole new level. We've done this show all over the country, but not with this level of talent. And so these 6 women are just going to land it like 6 divas that they are.
Talk about the audience's reaction to the show around the country.
Everywhere we go, what always happens is women come back with their daughters or their mothers or their best friends or their boyfriends. When you're at that last song, that anthem song, it was like, I have to share this. And I've never seen shows that had this kind of like fanaticism to it. The show's really about self-acceptance and about who you are, and it makes you feel good about yourself, and the women want to share that with other people, and they come back again and again.
Thank you first for opening your rehearsal room. What was today like for you?
I'm gonna cry.
That's good, okay.
Okay, stop. It's it started with just seeing the room, and then, we did our rehearsal, and then part of it too was seeing you, because like I told you, you were like a dream come true, because I watch you all the time. So I'm crying because in New York, dreams do come true, and this is where we are. And so Dennis and I have been working on the show about 3 years, but we've been working on shows together for over 20 years. So every actor's dream, every artist's dream is to be in New York and to have a chance. And so few people have that chance or take that risk. So it's just, I'm trying to just stop and breathe and go, enjoy it, be present. So I'm enjoying you right now. So.
It is so clever what you have put together. Tell me what it's been like working on the show.
Working on the show has been great because Dennis and I, they often ask us, how did you guys come up with a show that's very woman empowering? But what you don't know is the people in our lives, we're surrounded by very strong women, our mothers, our cousins, everybody. So it's been great to be able to be the voice of the women that inspired us. That these are women who lived after Happily Ever After, who said, you know what? It's not a fairy tale ending, but we can still be happy. And that's what we're presenting on stage in a very fun, comedic way.
I asked Dennis what was the first number he wrote for the show and what was the last. What was the first number you worked on to direct, and what was the last number you worked on to direct?
I can't tell you the most... I'm going to sort of answer that because the most interesting answer that I have was when he was writing a song called All I Want to Do Is Eat, which is the princesses talking about, why do we have to be this way? I just want to eat. So I was washing dishes in the kitchen, and he was writing the song, and then he wrote the song, all I want to do is eat, and it was just that. And I was like, play the song again. And then I'm washing the dishes. I said, why can't we do this? So he's saying, all I want to do is eat. And I'd say, a pizza. He was like, okay, well, now that's funny. And so we started putting all the junk food that people love. So we had that's my most memorable memories that we had fun because we love junk food.
Everybody does, I think, right?
Yes. So the song was really a nice ballad, but then we just started adding junk food, and that's when the song took off. And it's actually sung by thespian groups all over the country. Now high schools started singing it like in thespian competitions, and they've won. So that's kind of cool. So
Great cast. How do you rein them all in? They're all funny. They're all hilarious. They're all pranksters. What's it been like for you?
I've had to take some pills. No, I'm just kidding. No.